Well, that was interesting, I think.
Some of the people I've had many discussions about anywhere, anything from politics, religion, but I brought up antinatalism, and you're right. It seems like people seem to do the same thing. And the first thing I was told was, well, why don't you start out by taking your kids outside and killing them first, then go kill yourself? And that seems to be the extent of the conversation, no matter how hard you try.
Yeah, well, you're insulting their God, and that's what it comes down to. It's Gaia is the new God. Nature, really is Mother Nature, and you can't call her a slut. What do you mean? You call my mommy a slut? You can't do it. I feel like getting wickedly stoned, but I don't really feel like getting drunk. Excuse me. Sorry, I had to open the window. Getting hot in here. Yeah, well, I'm not a big fan of, whatever, drug use in videos and such. I just think that's sort of it's just kind of a stupid thing to be doing for a lot of reasons.
Can't do the weed, man. I get too paranoid. Start hearing police sirens and shit. It's really ugly.
Yeah, well, it depends on where it goes. I mean, sometimes yes, sometimes no. I mean, some of that paranoia is kind of fun sometimes.
No, it's not.
Well, it is a little bit, because you're stoned, and you're paranoid because you're stoned, and so it's like, it kind of takes the edge off, because oh, I'm just being so fucking stoned. Oh man, I'm goofing on myself because I'm fucking stoned.
In a way, but if you're having a bad trip, it's real hard to break out of it.
Yeah, I'm not like I said, I've, 1 out of 3 times things don't go really well for me. So I mean, I know what that's like. I mean, I have an anxiety disorder, so I'm really vulnerable to it. But I'm just saying, sometimes a little bit of that paranoia stuff is a little bit fun. It's like, having sex in public or something. It just has that little bit of a, adds a little bit to the adventure-y. It makes it more adventure-y.
Sex in public is way better than fucking paranoid weed.
Well, I'm just saying, you do what you got, okay? You do what you got. Wow, wanking gets boring. That's a little bit silly. Come on. There's a million fantasies and a billion phantasmagorically bizarre thoughts you can have. And, you can just go forever and ever. Oh, little secret waves. I don't know about that. I don't care for that waving at people. Fucking slut. Well, that's how you do it, I guess, is all I can tell you. I just suggest you do it differently. You have to make love to yourself properly. You do it right, you'll be your best friend forever. I'm my favorite lover.
These people writing the comments are like the people who call into the old lady sex shows and asking for advice.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I have to do my whatever her name was voice. God, she was outrageous. That was the spookiest goddamn show on the radio. It just creeped me the hell out. Oh, yeah, God, it was. What
Why is it always like a 70-year-old white woman? Why?
Yeah, and then you find out she's not, and you're like, how could she not be 80 years old? I mean, there's no. I would have bet real money she was 80 years old. And then you see her and you say, oh shit, this woman had sex. Oh, that's really scary. Scary.
So her sex it wore her out.
Yeah, it just kind of takes the fun out of it when you start, you talk too much. Yeesh, I don't want to know this shit. No.
Well, like some of the ones I've seen is crazy. Like you're asking somebody else what you like. Like, would I like it if my girlfriend did this? Like what? Why are you asking some 7-year-old lady that?
Yeah, it's just that whole dissection thing, though. Well, when you feel this sensation, blah, blah, and then they talk about the different parts, and you're like, oh, don't even talk about that. Oh. It's like, oh, I hate that. Let's get to formula. It's formula sex. Yeah.
That's your cock! Your big meat bag!
Oh, fell on his laptop. I should have blocked him for life. Well, John, you don't get around too much. I mean, 2B series has made plenty of videos with her face in them. Come on. Gee, that's a pretty lame remark. How can you have an opinion on all this stuff when you haven't watched people's videos? You find people use your anxiety condition to argue against your anti-laser. I don't know. I mean, people mention it. Yeah, Gary has a mental disorder. But they're always attacking my credibility. So who cares? I mean, only the silly, shallow-minded.
Yeah, but these are like retarded comments. Like Gary hates life. It's fucking retarded.
Yeah, it really is. Especially I got.
Oh yeah, your suicide cult.
Yeah, and my, it's not, my videos aren't exactly from the dungeon. I'm not like wearing goth, and like, you're all fucking doomed. It's all evil and nasty. Yeah, I did want to see what my hair would look like black, but I just never got around to doing it. I wanted to get some of that, like, Halloween dye or something, but I just never got around to it.
Attack you personally rather than attack your argument. That seems to be the easiest way.
Yeah, no, look, I give them, half of that's my own fault because I do, I do not make an effort not to seem like a loose cannon. So, it's a fair accusation. But I'm just saying, for anybody with a brain, it's lame.
Well, that's another thing that puts a block on everything. It shouldn't matter what you're saying. You're not attacking anybody personally, really. Well, yeah, you are sometimes, but still, that's because they refuse to refute the argument that you're putting up, and that's why they get pissed off.
Yeah, well, the point is, I don't even think I attack people personally until they bring it to me first. They start calling me dark matter, or they start calling me, they start making those kind of subtle little innuendos regarding my credibility. And I give it back to them in straight talk. I'm not going to waste my time saying they're ill-informed and under-read. I'm just going to say you're an asshole.
Or a cunt, or a twat.
Yeah, well, the cunt thing was sort of an accident. I mean, I sort of reserved that for one special cunt. There was one special skanky cunt that deserved to be the only one ever called a cunt. But yeah, it sort of got migrated. God was pretty fat. I'm not as fat as God. Yeah, little tiny pee-pee. God did. I don't think he painted God's penis. It was only Adam's. Yeah, Adam had a little tiny penis. Little teeny one. Just kind of funny that yes, you may paint people naked, but you must make their winkies really, really tiny. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, I look pretty good for my age, but I was thinking, like, just in my swimming videos, just as a response to what's her name, Sinead, whatever, Diana Boston, and that whole argument about women and breasts and stuff. And I was thinking, just imagine if my videos, with all that background swimming and Speedo shit, if that was a woman, okay, a physically fit woman swimming underwater in a bikini. Would those videos still have under 1,000 views? I mean, realistically.
Totally. No, I so agree with you. I was thinking of making a video just with like a bra on or something, just to see what would happen, because that's obviously what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's just such a denial of human nature. I mean, it's just so silly. No.
Do you think she'll be coming in tonight?
I don't know. I'd rather she didn't. I sort of had my fill. I mean, some people, they just lose complete credibility with some arguments, and you're just like, how do you recover from something, in my opinion, that's silly? It was just silly.
I like the swing videos. Keep them up. The last one was cool because you had in the background and then yourself on top too. That was really neat.
Yeah, I was doing myself, swimming on myself. Yeah. No, I have to figure out some editing tricks. I had that one where I did a little bit of that stupid thing where you take the background out. So that was pretty cool. I have to try doing that better. I don't know, what the hell do I use? I forget. Yeah, I forget. I got paid 15 bucks on eBay. That's all I know. 15 bucks. Now, every one of these programs has some, some do some things really good, some do other things really good. It's just so irritating because I'm still using basically 3 programs depending on what I'm editing or how I'm going to edit it and how I want it to render. And it's just such a pain in the ass. Like, you can't. Like this one program that I'm using is pretty good, okay, it's a little faster than the other ones, this, that, and the other thing, but you can't do something dirt simple. You can't flip the video horizontally, right? I mean, that seems like one of the most obvious things is to flip the video horizontally, right? I mean, flipping a video, I mean, that's just like every video program I've ever used had a flip function. It was like, how the fuck could they make a program and you can't flip a video? I mean, it's insane. I'm not big on stealing stuff, if I can avoid it. I guess if Microsoft made Vegas, then I guess I'd steal it just to get back at Microsoft. Maybe Google, when Google comes up with one, I'll steal theirs. Yeah, that's a lot of money. I don't know what it costs on eBay. I mean, you can get the old version on eBay for not too much. So I almost bought the old version of Vegas, but I just didn't want to spend the money.
What does Thunderfoot use to edit his videos?
Hydrogen peroxide? I don't know. Gruber's typing a lot of crap. Yeah, well, whatever. The sports thing is that's just psychology. So you might as well talk about any addiction. 'Cause it's all the same. But it's that whole catching, getting caught up in some sort of life drama. It's almost like love or something, even. You know, it's just you get caught up in it, and it's, you know, that's what sports is. You just extend part of your own welfare into the into the idea. It's almost like not stepping. It's almost like superstition. Maybe it feeds on your superstitious nature. You know, if things go right for my sports team, things will go right for me, or some kind of bullshit like that. But there is a real like underdoggy thing too. It's like you pick. I mean, when I think back to the sports guys I liked, it was always because they were in some sort of underdog position. Like they might even been great. They might even been, you know, already in the Hall of Fame. But it's like they were one record short of being the greatest ever, or some kind of bullshit like that. You were just like rooting for them for this idea that they were just so close, and you know they really should, they deserve it because they're so close, and you know, some kind of crap like that. So it was like rooting for some underdog. It was just so stupid. Yeah, well, I'm just saying. I mean, I was vulnerable to the psychology. I mean, like I said, I wasn't a fanatic. I never wore like a hat with a logo on it or anything nutty like that. But like I said, I did root for some people. I used to watch golf and baseball.
Golf is the most boring sport to watch ever. It's the only fun one to do, actually do, but to watch takes like 2 years.
Yeah, no, you really have to have a horse in the race. You know, if you don't have somebody that you really care about in it, you know, that's, you know, can win, then yeah, it's like as bad as it can get. You can't get any worse than golf if you're not rooting for somebody. Yeah, I used to play pool, so I like pool. I don't. That's another sport I just don't have. I can't really watch it. I mean, I used to watch some pool, but yeah, you know, you do 10 minutes of that stuff, and you're like, all right, already. I mean, enough of this. I mean, can't you do something else besides, you know, could somebody do a talk over or something over or something? Because I can't stand this. It's just too monotonous. Well, I used to, you know, yeah, I mean, playing pool, I guess, it's got so many good memories of it. I mean, I used to love pinball machines, and often pinball machines and pool tables went together. And, you know, so beer and cigarettes and pool tables, good stuff.
Yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites. I have a really old memory of my Uncle Amy. He was teaching me how to swim.
Yeah, it's fun to teach girls how to play pool. Yeah, you hold it like this, and you stroke it like this. You let it slide across your finger. Ooh, don't you like that sliding? Yeah, it's fun to teach girls.
Stop going out once they ban fucking smoking everywhere. That's when it sucks. I'm not gonna fucking go to a bar and step outside and have a cigarette.
Yeah, I'm glad I went crazy before all that shit happened, because I would be damn fucking pissed off. You know, no cigarettes in a bar. Well, burn the bar down then. If I can't smoke when I'm drinking, then you can go to fucking hell. Because there's just no way I'm paying you not for me not to smoke. No, I'm not paying $4 for a fucking drink if I can't smoke while I'm drinking it. No way.
Yeah, well, that's going to get worse because he said he steps outside to smoke. In some places, you can't even step outside anymore.
Yeah, it is just it's an obscene joke. Some asshole did that to me a couple of
Yeah,
years
at the
ago.
mall I work at, you have to move 5 meters away from the entrance to smoke.
Yeah, I was at this stupid fishing derby they have at the town. You know, I was just helping out, being a good citizen. And so I was sitting there before it even started. And I'm just sitting there, and some asshole comes by and gives me a look and says something because I was smoking a cigarette. You know, he says something about me smoking. And so I just started singing "God Bless America." It was one of those like moments. It was just like so much. I was just, God, you know, I was just singing it as loud as I fucking could. I didn't care who heard me. I was just like, I'm gonna rub this in your face, you fucking cunt. I mean, who the fuck are you? What the fuck is this shit? I'm outside, you idiot. You know, really. You know, go stick your face on your exhaust pipe to your SUV, you stupid cunt, and then come back and complain to me.
Well, you know, in Manhattan it's pretty bad. I went to go visit my brother down there, and I'm sitting there waiting at the crosswalk. You're from Jersey, Gary, so I'm sure you've been in Manhattan before. So I'm smoking a cigarette. This fucking lady says, "Excuse me, but can you please move over with your cigarette?" And here's the fucking city bus blew out this big cloud of black smoke, and I said, "You fucking bitch! Does that right there not fucking bother you?"
Yeah, well, it's all such a joke. Like I said, I mean, I grew up in the '60s and the '70s, and everybody smoked, and it didn't bother. Somehow, cigarette smoke didn't cause any negative conditions in people. No one got asthma. No one was choking on the bus. No one was dying. No one was bitching. No one was complaining. It's just such a joke that everybody now is hysterically, smoke is like radioactivity. It's like, oh, it's radioactive. Yeah, don't let it get on me.
Well, they actually used to have ashtrays in grocery stores.
Yeah, I mean, people literally just walked around talking with cigarettes hanging out of their mouth. I mean, people didn't even bother to take them out while they were talking. I mean, people really did do that Benjamin Hedges thing. They lit a very long cigarette and just sat there and go through their day with a cigarette in their mouth all fucking day.
I mean, they used to have fucking ashtrays on airplanes in the armrests.
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a joke.
You're able to smoke in airplanes until the 90s.
Yeah, it was just mass hysteria is all it comes down to. Just hysteria. I mean, what a wussy world it really has become. People with their bottled water too. I just find it so laughable. How did we survive without our own personal water? I mean, how did we ever get through life without carrying around a bottle of water? It's just amazing that we survived.
You know, in South Florida, the tap water is so bad that if I were to drink tap water here, it'd give me diarrhea. So I mean, here you pretty much have to drink bottled water or have reverse
Well, I
osmosis.
understand that, but you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying there's a bunch of people who are just so, they've just gotten so fanny packy, it's just laughable.
Fair enough.
We're so weak though with this, like people who carry the Purell with them that have to wash their hands after touching everything, and with the antibacterial soaps, which actually is more damaging because then you're not as resistant to certain whatever. Yeah, it's fucking retarded.
Yeah, well, I'm big, I'm big on that germ shit, so, yeah, no, kill the germs.
I mean, it all falls under that, like, what was that, like, back in, Gary, you might know this, it was a little bit before me, but that, like, whole, like, weed crazy or insane crazy weed, thing that they put on.
Well, yeah, they said lots of nutty things when I was a kid. It made you insane, and, it's like the masturbation thing, you grow hair on your palms and all kinds of wacky shit.
No, but there was something recently where there was some like plant outside, and people were saying like, oh, you have to watch out for this plant because the spores will attack your respiratory system or some shit like that.
Yeah, if you're gonna get killed by a plant, you ought to just give up. You know, really, just give up. You know, you can't beat the shit out of a plant. You know, oh man, 2 men enter, 1 plant leaves. I mean, come on, you can't beat up a plant.
I'm gonna take this opportunity to talk about allergies as well. Like my cousin went to a school that they had a fucking list of shit that they couldn't use at home, like certain things with nuts and like certain lotions with shea butter, shit like that, because like 2 kids were allergic to this shit. Can we just not have an allergic school? People who are allergic to certain things rather than everybody else have to change your life so this one person doesn't have like their throat close up? Like that's ridiculous. How do they even go to day-to-day life?
Yeah, get them one of them bubble things. You know, really. You know, get them a bubble and just give up. Because this bullshit, yeah, I mean, they do it with the stupid peanut allergies, you know, and all of a sudden they have to change everything. They have to change what the government buys. They can't put this, they can't use that, they can't. It's like, fuck this shit. The kid's got a problem, then I guess he should eat lunch out. Let him go to McDonald's. Take his chances.
Yeah, well, they don't allow some kids to bring peanut butter sandwiches to school anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just a terrible waste. I mean, you know, this town here spends $600 and some thousand to educate 8 kids, 8 little defective, retarded fuckwits. $680,000 to drag them into school. They don't even drag them into school. Know what they do? They pay to bus them to another school. I mean, it's just such lame bullshit.
Gotta love the bureaucracy.
Yeah, well, it's all this nanny state shit, which, yeah, I just think they would go way too far. I mean, I'm all for strong, powerful, big brother government, but I don't want it handing out pacifiers. I want to hand out condoms.
You know, I find the Montessori schools interesting. You know, letting kids, you know, kind of find their own niche rather than, like, bound them into a particular conceptual model.
Yeah, I just think the idea of, like I've said it 4 million times, and I'll just say it once real quick, but I think it's a much better idea just to pay kids to pass the GED. Give them 70 grand prize for passing the GED, and fuck the teachers, and fuck the schools, and fuck all that bullshit. Yes, it is Chris, I can tell. I've recognized her. I'm pretty good. I can tell all kinds of things. That's the stupid, cruddy, crappy little fucking dirty, smelly birds doing. What are you going to do with them when you come to America? You're going to just throw them out in the street and say, tough shit, birds, I got a trip to take.
I talked to this organization in Great Britain that is dedicated to the Swiss colonies, you know, and they give me a phone number of somebody who does the same thing here in the capital, and I talked to them, and they said that it's okay if I bring them to Swiss. So before I go, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, because I'm gonna have to take like 2 trips to the capital, or I'm gonna have to carry them with my luggage in the train and everything. I don't know.
Yeah, they're probably just going to eat them. They're probably just a secret organization of swift eaters.
You know I'm coming to visit you, right?
Well, we got to figure on a date, but sure, let's see if you can work it out. And, you know, I'll kick in some whatever money it takes and blah, 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 blah. So you'll have to PM me or
Well,
something.
you don't have to pay anything. It's gonna be around the 18th, I think.
Okey doke. I have to get some fruits. Yeah.
After the amazing meeting is over, after I'm done in Las Vegas, I'm gonna go to Jersey for a couple of days to meet Peach and nearby.
Sounds good. Little day trip. Little night trip. Either one. Maybe we go swimming. Yeah, yeah, we'll go swimming. Yeah, good idea. Yeah.
There's nothing like swimming with bow-legged women.
Yeah, well, whatever rhymes, but it doesn't make much sense, really.
Well, that was what Captain Quint said in Jaws.
Oh, is that what he did? That fucker. He was a real kicker. You kind of wish you had neighbors like that, don't you? Like, wouldn't it be really cool, you know, to have him like a neighbor, you know, just a real snarky, pain in the ass, motherfucking shark killer.
No, I actually got a 10 years visa because they send it to you by courier, right? So I didn't know I mean, I thought they're gonna give me a few days, 3 months, I don't even know. They give me like the top visa that you can get, 10 years with multiple entries. I can come and go for 10 years.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, so you can leave the country after all. Yay! So now you can be an American for 10 years and you could just visit Australia, right? And so you don't even need to bother with the residency thing and all that crap. So yeah, that's a good deal. Just go vacationing 10 months out of the year in Australia and have it made.
Why don't you just sneak
I
it?
just don't know. I have no fucking clue what happened. I mean, I didn't think I'm gonna get the visa. And when I got there, I mean, I swear, there were like 150 people in front of me because you sit in a room with everybody and you hear the interviews because the people who take the interviews are just behind some windows and you just talk to them and everybody can hear. Yeah, and they were getting rejected. I mean, out of all these people, maybe 3 got the visa, so I didn't think I'm gonna get it. I don't fucking know, 10 years? What the hell?
Yeah, well,
There are a lot of retards trying to come in the country.
yeah, they're just like, let's get that. She just talks too much. Get her the fuck out of here.
Just sneak in. Everybody's doing it.
Save those
Not just
birds.
the people who interview you are American.
It's a good time of year anyway for visiting America. America's good in the summer.
Upstate New York is nice this time of year, but down south, man, it's fucking beastly.
Well, it depends if you like the heat. It's too humid, I have to concede that, but I really like Louisiana actually. I like the summer. But yeah, I mean even Canada.
South Florida, man, it's humid.
You know, Canada in July is pretty good. But it's the only month they got.
I hear that right now it's freezing in Canada.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying the East Coast part anyway, where we used to go every year. It was pretty damn nice on the beach. It's big sand dunes, and the water would be 70 degrees, and the air would be 80 degrees, and it was pretty nice.
Most of Florida actually has a drought right now. Not getting enough rain.
Yeah, well, pulled all the water out of the
I
ground.
think it's like 4 weeks until we have no water.
Bad drought. Very bad.
But it's been raining a lot recently, so hopefully it continues.
Yeah, maybe you can get some
Well, I
hurricanes in
can
the
go
fall.
that far. I'm not gonna go south. I'm just gonna see Las Vegas, New York, Manhattan, New Jersey. I think that's it.
Ah, okay. Well, you have to go, go to Las Vegas. Las Vegas is pretty good. So you have to go to Los Angeles, though, too, don't you, really? Well, the place to go is San Diego, actually. That's a nice place. Go like the San Diego Zoo or something. That'd be a nice day trip.
Yeah, but I
If you ever get the chance, check out Colorado. Colorado is so beautiful.
People are paying for it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Grand Canyon. You really ought to see the Grand Canyon. You really ought to do that. Surprising, nobody on YouTube lives next to the Grand Canyon. Like that would be such a great place to make videos. Can you imagine just standing with the Grand Canyon behind you, making your YouTube videos? I mean, that would just so kick ass.
except for the guy who accidentally fell backwards in front of his family.
Yeah, well, so what? A few people die, a big deal. I almost died there many times.
This isn't your first time to America, is it, Chris?
Yes, it is her first time to America, John. I think you know the answer to that question. I think it's just a bogus, idiotic question. Jesus Christ. Again, you're just talking out of your ass about
There
shit.
was some serious culture shock.
I did not know that.
Well, why do you bother, John? You obviously don't know anything about her then, so why even talk to her? You should first introduce yourself. You should first say, I'm John Paul Dorn. I've made some snarky videos insulting your character and intelligence in the past, but I know absolutely nothing about you, but in spite of that, I have made videos insulting your character and intelligence.
Yeah, what do you think about Zion National Park? That would be pretty cool, huh? Zion's pretty awesome.
Well, whatever. I think Yellowstone would beat it in a fight. I think it would.
Chris, I do apologize for insulting your intelligence.
Yeah, well, what's she gonna do with that? File it in like the cat? Like what file does she put that in? Oh, I have a John Paul Dorn apology. Gee, oh, I'll put that in the what? The brown folder under stupid, idiotic, pointless, irrelevant, inane, silly, idiotic statements made by retards.
I hope her flights are during the day so she can see the landscape from the window.
Yeah, well, I hope she's not one of
Yeah,
them.
all the flights are during the day. They start in the morning. Except when I go from Las Vegas to New York, I think it's gonna be in the evening.
Oh, well, that's the only that's the big one. It's too bad. Yeah, that'd be the good one. Especially if they went a little south. But the damn planes, they fly too damn high. You can't see shit. You go above all them clouds and everything. You can't see anything on the ground anymore.
I flew to Michigan recently, and it was pretty beautiful flying up from Florida to Michigan. I flew during the early morning, or like 7 to 8 in the morning.
Yeah, it really depends on what plane you get on, I guess. I don't have a ton of experience. I mean, I had 2 plane trips in my life, and one of them was absolutely perfect, and the other one was absolutely horrible.
How many European flights do you have, Chris?
When you what?
Oh, European flights, like, do you have to switch off in certain cities, like Amsterdam or Berlin or anything?
Yeah, I don't know when I'm going to the US because I didn't see that schedule yet. But when I'm coming back, I'm gonna stop in France for 4 hours. That's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna have lunch in France.
That's cool.
France is kind of smelly, I hear.
Probably travel a lot
I
more.
heard
when
there's
it's, like,
garbage
much afraid of
everywhere. I
flying.
heard there's
Yeah, the French are pigs.
Everything is smelly for you.
Can't
I
help
don't
yourself.
understand how you can say that birds smell. They have no freaking smell. France smells? Come on, Gary.
Birds don't smell? Oh, please. Those little baby birds
Well,
stink.
they smell if you don't clean up properly, but the droppings are supposed to have no scent. I mean, everywhere says that if the droppings smell, it means that the bird is sick, has some kind of bacteria or something.
Well, it must be what you're feeding them or something, because every bird I had stunk. But maybe it was just all that dead food all over the place, because they threw it everywhere.
Yeah, how many times did you clean the cage? Maybe that's the question.
I clean the cage. I don't keep them in cages, it's like boxes, but I clean every time I see droppings in there. I mean, if I see them doing one time, I just clean it up. It's just I'm just changing the napkins, but I have to keep it clean so they don't get steak and whatnot.
Alright, maybe that was my bad then. 'Cause I didn't sit there and get all anal and wait for every little dropping to come flying out of their little butts. But, whatever. Just saying.
I want wanted to publish a vlog yesterday, and yeah, it all went to fucking shit. I don't know, my internet was bad. I'm gonna have a vlog today, and it looks like a bird, the bigger one.
Oh, and all
It
that
really
racket
looks
just
like a
keeps
bird.
making
So
fucking
pretty.
noise. Just keeps going. It just keeps going and going and going. Fuck that shit. Oh, I don't want to just step on it. Ugh. Just pretend it's a bug and have an
I
accident.
like the noise. I like the noise of birds.
Is that a spider? Yeah, it's a spider. Smash it. Oh, it was the bird. Oh, damn, I'm mistaken. Oh, made a mistake. Whoops, my bad. Fell on his laptop. Oh, the bird fell on his laptop. Oh, too bad.
Oh, it's just because you don't like them. I like them.
All right, fine. I mean, it was a duck. I might be able to stand it, but yeah, no, I just lost all willingness to put up with birds.
That was one of the things I was envying about Pyro, when I heard he was moving Hawaii, because in all his damn videos there were birds chirping, and that's the place I want to be in, where I hear birds chirping all the time. I really like the noise.
Yeah, with the frogs chirping. Not birds, they're fucking frogs. The Puerto Rican frogs that took over Hawaii.
I have birds chirping in my area all the time. It's so annoying.
Yeah, well, there's lots of birds here, so I'll make sure there's some birds around when you come. Yep, yep, yep.
I seriously cannot believe that I'm gonna meet you. It's like, what the hell? I'm gonna meet Gary and Peach and Ashley. And, it's gonna be so awesome.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see. Yeah, I just running different little horror movies with my head. But yeah, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen? Who the hell knows? Woof. Seems kind of bizarre to me. Seems like kind of one of those things you really shouldn't mess with, like antimatter or something. But I don't know. I mean, maybe the world won't explode. Maybe.
You know, the
We're
other
not
holding
talking about
antimatter
for
is
that
really
long. I mean, it's not gonna be enough to hate each other. It's just gonna be a few good hours, so that's gonna be good.
Okay. Yes, a trap. Yeah, that's what I'll work on, a trap. Oh, that'd be so cool. I'll keep Karina in my dungeon basement thing. Yeah, everybody would say, what happened to Karina? Oh, yeah, I don't know. You know, I guess she went to go get on the plane and she just disappeared. Yeah, one of those things you hear about in the movies. Yeah, she disappeared. I don't know. Yeah, silence of a lamb. Keep her in a little well. Oh, that would be just charming. Oh, it's vulgar.
The bigger thing, I think it was also because of the English, because I saw many people there didn't talk English. I mean, the people who were holding the interviews were Americans who knew Romanian very, very well. Like, they talked perfect Romanian, but you could tell by the accent. And people would go there and start talking Romanian. I don't know, just a few people were talking English.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to know what kind of standards they go by for this kind of stuff. But, you know, it's good it worked out. I figure it's just got to be good PR. That, you know, that's how you got to be looking at it. You know, I mean, you're a pretty good representative of Romania, so they got to be looking at it that way.
Well, he asked me because, yeah, I showed him that I'm also invited to Switzerland, and he read there that I discussed matters of religion and philosophy and blah blah, and he was saying, so when you say you talk religion, is it from a Christian perspective? And I'm like, I'm an atheist, and then I was like, oh shit, I wasn't supposed to say that, because people told me not to say that, you know, just in case. And she was like, interesting. And I couldn't read the guy, I couldn't see, you know, like, are you with me, bro? Are you against me? What's your deal? But I think she was with me.
Yeah, well, either way, I guess it would work, you know. So, I mean, you know, it'd be good if he was an atheist, but at the same time, if he's a Christian, he'd be saying, oh, get one of these heathens out of our country. Yeah. Get them all in America so we can attack.
Not out of our country, into our country. Yeah, that's the thing, because they are Americans.
Oh, that's true, too. Okay. Oh, I thought it was a Romanian deal where you have to have a reason to get out of the country. But you're saying it's the American deal of you have to have an excuse to come into the country. Yeah, I don't know why they would bother worrying about that. I mean, why wouldn't they want a bilingual, well-educated person to emigrate to America? I mean, why would America be afraid of that? I mean, it's like, well, what's our liability if you come to America and decide to stay? So, yeah, I don't know why you were even worried. I thought we were trying to get a Romanian visa to leave the country.
Look there, I mean, in front of me, there was this couple, right? The guy and the chick. I don't know, they were married or something, I think. And they had money. I mean, you could tell by the purse and the shoes and the clothing. And they talked really, really good English. And they were supposed to go to America just on some kind of trip around the country. And it was something organized with a lot of people. And they paid for it. And they even had the tickets, the flight tickets. And they still got rejected. The woman started to cry. It was awful. So I don't freaking know what are their standards.
Yeah, well, they probably thought they were going to breed or something. Yeah, they don't want no breeders.
Can I ask you guys something pretty serious? If you don't mind.
What are you? Two-way radio, CB radio? 10-4, good buddy. Over and out.
Yeah, alright, so, what would you guys rate Ringmaster 27?
Ringmaster, ring.
Yeah, what would you rate him?
I don't know. Who the fuck's talking? I have to kill whoever that is.
Okay.
Yeah, go away, asshole.
He's a nerd rage, but...
Yeah, go away, asshole.
Stop nerd raging, brah.
Brah. They can't even say bro now. They have to say brah. What is that?
Brah?
What the fuck is that?
You know his role. Get good like
What
me.
the fuck is that?
I'm fucking sexy. Look at me, man.
Look at you? There is no you.
Look at me. It's cool that you're jealous. I mean, whatever. Everyone else is, right?
I don't know who the fuck it is. The women have power.
I don't either, but I just want to ask Gary. I just want to ask you a question, Gary. What do you think about spiders?
I think they're insects. Yeah. And the people are scared of them. And they got lots of eyes, which is kind of cool. I don't really go for the fangy thing, though. I had a little
Do they
tiny
bother
one.
you, or are you kinda
There
like
was a
whatever?
little tiny one on my screen last night. I was just watching him walk around. It was a little tiny little spider. And he just kept running because the pixels kept changing color. So when they changed one color, he'd run over there to get away from that color. So it was like he didn't like dark colors, he liked the light colors. So it was just kind of funny.
I don't know
Do they bother you at all, or are you kind of just like whatever with them?
Something.
Yeah, well, they don't really bother me, to tell you the truth. I mean, I don't like, you know, black widows and brown recluses and stuff. I mean, I don't want to get poisoned and have to cut my leg off or something. But generally speaking, spiders don't really bother you, so they don't bother me much.
It happened to my brother, actually. He lost his leg.
Yeah, whatever.
Gary, like if you saw a spider in your house, do you try to kill it, or do you just like let it go, or what?
It's a 50-50 kind of thing.
I'd be the one to kill it. I'm smart.
I'd be the one to scream and call the neighbor.
Yeah, well, there's this little, you know, most of the spiders in this house are these little cobweb spiders. You know, the ones that make cobwebs? They're little tiny little things, and they got little long legs, and they're really harmless. And you're like, why would I bother killing the fucking thing? I mean, it's, you know, the centipede's got to eat anyway. What is the centipede's going to eat if I kill all the spiders?
Are you afraid of flying?
Yeah, speaking of,
Yeah, like if I saw one of those giant spiders, I would kill that shit for sure. But any other ones, generally I would let them go.
Yeah, we get some of them big ones every now and then. Yeah, those are the kind you throw a shoe at or something. It's about the only way to get them.
I think that spiders are arachnids, they're not insects, and yeah, I had this thing with this guy at the pet shop, because I was looking for insects for the birds, right? Dehydrated or dried or vacuumed or frozen insects. And he said, right, sure, no problem, come on down here. And it was the only pet shop that got them, and it was on the exact opposite side of the fucking town, so I went there, I traveled, I changed 3 buses, and I got there, and he had shrimp. Yeah, little tiny shrimps. Those are not insects, you moron. Those are crustaceans. Are you fucking kidding me? You made me come here for nothing.
Well, they
Well,
are.
they kind of look like insects, duh. And he's working at a pet shop.
Well, they are sort of. They're just aqua sex. I mean, they are. Come on, they're basically. Come on, a shrimp is basically. Come on, it's an insect. If it was crawling on your floor, you'd call it an insect.
The point was that I could not feed that to the birds. They would die. It says everywhere, you know, you cannot feed this thing.
Well,
Yeah,
you know, it's whoops, a little happy accident there.
Stop hating on me, birds. Just wait until they grow and they become pretty. You're not going to feed on them anymore.
Well, whatever. Yeah, whatever. I've seen them. All they do is squawk and fly back and forth across the roof. What the fuck do they do? They don't. They're not even pretty.
They're so cute.
Sorry, I don't get it.
Hey, so you guys play video games?
No.
Like Halo?
No.
Call of Duty?
No.
Halo?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you know what I don't get? I was thinking about it the other day. Why does Halo never... My friend was asking me, and I just don't know.
Because he doesn't want to get a headshot?
Yeah, he just got headshotted. Yeah. Fell on his laptop. Got a headshot, fell on his laptop.
Do you guys play games? No. What about Halo? No. You know in Halo when the guy does... What the hell?
Yeah, well, trolls are trolls. Hey, Pyro, I made a new video to you. I don't know whether you saw it yet, but I call you such a fucking douchebag and asshole. I mean, I completely rip you a new asshole, completely insult your intellectual integrity entirely. You are now stripped of all credibility. You might as well be a babbling Teletubby.
Well, but nobody's going to believe you.
Yes, they will. They're all going to believe me. Trust me. You've gone way too far. Creating life is nothing like what God did. What the fuck are you talking about? Having babies isn't like God? Oh, no, I'm just continuing life. I'm not creating it. I mean, what a fucking lunatic argument.
When you're a lunatic, do you think dead sperm create babies?
I'm not even going to argue with you. I don't even give a fuck about...
Because I'm right. There is no
I'm
argument.
not going to argue about... Now you're going to say that your will is being controlled by sperm. Oh, brilliant. You think paramecium... You think paramecium have more brains than you do.
Why don't you be consistent? You're the one that says there's no will.
I never said there was no will. I said there's no free fucking will. So again, you can't even get that right.
But you're telling me to make a free decision.
No,
Like
I'm telling you to make a rational choice, which you are capable of doing because your brain has been informed by software programs that have indicated to you that yes, creating babies is God-like behavior. It is about the most parallel thing a human being can do that is godlike. I mean, you can't wear what God wears. You can't play God's pinball machine, but yes, you can be godlike in that you can create life.
Well, see, atheists such as myself don't use thought experiments with God.
Oh, okay, yeah. Atheists like you can't accept the boundaries of a thought experiment. whatsoever.
Piru introduced the concept of gambling with your own living tissue.
Yeah, well, whatever. We know that I and my father are not the same thing. That my father doesn't feel my pain. That my father has no connection to my neural network whatsoever. Then that's just complete bullshit. He risked nothing. I'm the one paying the price. He's not.
But that's a little, okay, but I would challenge that when you say something so extreme as none, whatever, but I get your point. But what about the drunk driving thing? I'm not going on a road. I can't procreate to you. So it's not like drunk driving in the sense that you're not in danger of my drunk driving, just my kids and grandkids are, right?
Yeah, well, every drunk driver can make that excuse. I didn't kill anybody. Most drunk drivers don't kill anybody. Most drunk drivers don't kill anybody. That's not the point. The point is Pyro, what would your solution be, Pyro? What would your solution be if you weren't lucky?
I'm not talking about luck. I'm saying the
Sure
people
you
that
are.
can get crashed into, the people that can be crashed into in this metaphor are my progeny. That's the
Right. So how exactly do they get their fairness? How do they get recompensed? How do you undo the mistake?
I told you, I believe that no matter what happens, you have to support your progeny, and that's.
Well, I know. How do you undo it, Pyro? It's not a matter of supporting. It's a matter of how you undo it. How do you put their brain back in their skull?
Not just undoing. I got medical insurance for my kids.
I'm not going to argue. This is bullshit. This has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that somebody could find life obnoxious and find it quite irritating that you obnoxiously decided that they would turn out to be as dumb as you and think this world was adequate. If somebody gives birth to me in fucking Nairobi in the middle of a cesspool, and I, at 5 years old, figure out I'm in the middle of a cesspool living in a cardboard box because this motherfucking slut is an ignoramus, okay? How is she going to fix it?
I don't have to justify other people.
I'm not going to argue with you. Yes, you do. That's the whole point of it, Pyro. By your logic, Pyro, by your logic, we could never outlaw drunk driving. By that logic, every drunk driver could merely claim, wait till I kill somebody and let them fight with me. Let them, after I've killed them or I've paralyzed them, then they can complain to me. And know what I'll say? Too fucking bad. That's what I'll fucking say.
I guess you just don't see that my procreating can't lead to your birth.
I'm not going to argue with you, Pyro. I of course, do not believe your procreating led to my birth. The point is I have a right to prevent. I have a right to prevent people from being born in the future by reckless assholes like you who don't consider the consequences and the fact that you can buy no insurance against this disaster, and yet you've chosen to put people in jeopardy for your own selfish goddamn reasons.
Well, of course you can buy insurance, but what about...
No, you can't buy insurance. Of course you can buy insurance. How do you buy insurance that undoes it, Pyro? You can't retroactively abort.
On drunk driving, what about on private property? You know, of course, you can drive drunk on your own private property. Is that wrong?
Oh, I'm not going to argue. I wasn't born on private property, okay? I wasn't born as a consequence of one individual act. The human race continues because of a collective actions, okay? Again, I will argue with you. Most drunk drivers successfully get home. Okay, the fact that most are successful has nothing to do with the act itself being wrong.
Do you think that it should be illegal to drunk drive on your own property?
I think it should be illegal to drunk drive on your own property if, yes, there's any kids around for you to hit or anybody else for you to harm besides yourself.
So if there's not, it's possible that it could be okay. It depends on...
Again, of course, it's okay. You want to fucking goddamn cut your own brain out, okay? Eat it and then shit it and then pop it back in your head. Go the fuck ahead!
doesn't matter anyway. It's all cause and effect. Everything that happens happens anyway. There's no free will, so whatever.
Well, that's not exactly the subject, idiot, but whatever. Thank you for that validation of that truth.
Well, where do you get off with calling me these names when you know that I'm just a victim of these biochemicals? And
I'm sorry. No, you're not. No, you're not. You are what's wrong with the human race, okay? Reckless, self-justifying rationalizations for selfish, unthoughtful, undisciplined thinking. Yeah, that's why the world sucks, is because you selfish motherfuckers never consider the consequences of your actions.
How is it selfish to have kids? It's been nothing but a ton of work, which is what I thought.
Yeah, so what? It should be. It would be a ton more work, Pyro, if you were trying to undo it. Okay, if it was born with terminal disease at say 17.
You are insane.
How the fuck are you going to undo that?
To call somebody that gives their time and money and effort to.
To what? To what? To presume that you know what's best for them.
Because look, Newt Gingrich is not going to come talk to you, so you got to...
I don't fucking care who comes talking to me, Pyro. Some fucking Dr. Frankenstein who wants to defend his Frankenstein experiments, fuck him. Alright, I'm not really give a shit about any of this. I'm not on this fucking network to have some social fucking interaction. I don't give a fuck who responds or who doesn't fucking respond. Alright, I'm just calling this fucking spade of irresponsible, reckless thinking what it fucking is. And all you're doing is rationalizing irresponsibility.
No, I spend a lot of time trying to pursue rationality and get rational things done. That's what I spend my time doing.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with it. We're talking about natalism. We're talking about your decision to have kids, which is built on your presumption that you're doing them a favor of some kind. All right? And you're not necessarily doing that. And how are you going to pay the one back who is going to pay the price for your rolling of these dice where you say, I like losing. I like pushing boulders up hills.
A social network that provides for these things.
I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to argue with the inadequacy of that fucking bullshit, Pyro. I don't want your cancer treatments. I don't want any of your other bullshit, okay? What I want is you to build a proper nest before you lay fucking eggs.
See, I think it's disgusting. There's people that don't have any access to that kind of stuff.
Oh, fell on his laptop. No, yeah, there's no. I'm not gonna put up with his crap anymore. The argument isn't complicated. The world is a pile of shit, and any asshole who has kids in this world, I mean, he had kids in the '90s. I mean, come on. Bullshit. You call bullshit on that.
I want to argue a bit with him, but I was waiting for you to finish about the selfish things, but you said it's not selfish to have kids. Why is it selfless? I mean, yeah, it's selfless to have kids if you adopt. Yeah, then you're doing something that, you know, you're not, you're helping somebody, but if you have kids on your own, obviously it's selfish.
Yeah, well, there's no rational reason to impose the life, so yeah, it can only be selfish. But that's, like I said, that's not even the point. The point is not to concede that it's not my job to fix the messy world that exists. It's his job. Right? You think life is worth perpetuating, then prove it by making a world worth living in. Well, everything isn't selfish.
I was going to ask Chris, are you happy with the leadership in Romania?
No, we're not talking about that, John.
No, I'm not happy. The president is denying euthanasia to people who really need it, to people who have hepatic cirrhosis and are going to die in 6 months in horrible pain. The president is wearing purple to protect himself from the witches. No, I'm not happy with the government, and I'm not happy with the leadership. End of the story.
When is the next election?
Ugh, Jesus. John, shut up.
Did you say he's wearing purple to protect himself from the witches?
Yeah, well, Obama probably does that too. Probably wearing purple underwear. He looks like he's afraid of witches. Doesn't Obama? Obama looks like he's afraid of witches. He really does. He looks like a guy afraid of fucking witches.
Well, we don't even have to suspect in his case, in the case of Băsescu, he put taxes on witches. He declared, like, all the activities they're doing, like palm reading and, whatever else they're doing to be actual jobs, and therefore their income from these activities should be taxed. And then, they got all mad and started to curse the government and started to curse the president and blah blah, and he started wearing purple to protect himself. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, yeah, it sounds kind of funny to me.